Alright, welcome to the Y. My name is Nicholas, your host. I decided that I'm going to redo this because the first time I was a little bit nervous, so didn't really get to properly explain what it is I'll be posting about. If the little world that you're looking at right now, the little world doesn't sum it up properly enough for you, hopefully these words will. So basically, the majority of the stuff I'll be posting is comics related because that's what I really love. So that's what I like to talk about, and that's what comes naturally to me. So writing about it is pretty cool, and talking about it is awesome as well. Aside from that, about 50% of my posts will be comics related, whether it's in regard to film or television or actual written graphic novels or anything of that sort. The other half, the other 50%, will be pretty random. Maybe it'll be about video games, or it could still be about film or television that just doesn't have to do with comics. Could be about anime, could be about manga, could be about music, could be anything random, could be societal issues, just like my original post, the first episode, if you will, was about, the incident in Charlottesville, or however you pronounce that. But yeah, in addition to that, I guess those would be article type things. In addition to that, I will also be posting short stories and previews from books that I may or may not be working on. So there'll be a lot of that on there as well. Fan fiction, original stories, chapters from books that I'm actually working on. So yeah, that is a better breakdown of what it is you'll be getting by tuning into this YouTube channel, or if you're listening on SoundCloud, or if you're actually on my blog reading this stuff. I want to make a video for everything that I post on my blog, but I don't know how realistic that is because it does take a lot of effort to put these together. Not the audio portion, but finding images that properly reflect what it is I'm talking about. But yeah, okay. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about today's topic, which is why I'm cautiously optimistic about a Doctor Doom film. So I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this specific topic because Doctor Doom is my absolute favorite comic book character. If you know me, if you knew me outside of the interweb, you would know that, yeah, he's my absolute favorite. If you need proof of it, you can find an actual story I'm writing about the character. Right now it's called The Story of Klaus, but I'm thinking of changing it to The Story of Doom. It's fan fiction. Interestingly enough, I actually first started working on that when I heard about this film. And I just got excited, and I was talking to my friend, and I said, maybe if I write this, the director will see it and incorporate it into the movie. I mean, it's a joke, but I was like, whatever. But, I mean, since then, it's become like a passion project of mine. And I'm hoping that one day maybe I can publish it with Marvel's consent. Dream big, right? But who knows? I mean, I would have never thought they would make a Doctor Doom film, yet here we are with one in production. So, I read this article on Cinema Blend that said why I should be excited about a Doctor Doom film. And I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that claim that I should be excited. I mean, I kind of am, but as I said, I'm cautiously so. While the idea of a Doom film sounds interesting in theory, I can't say I'm completely on board with the concept. So, I mean, but I'll explain. So let's dive into the cinematic history of the man, the legend, the king, sometimes the god, Doom, Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom. So, Doom has had a very strange cinematic history, actually. His first appearance actually never saw the light of day, as the 1994 Fantastic Four film was never actually released. But based on the clips, it seems like it would have been, I don't know, unique. I mean, he looked like Doctor Doom, more so than the recent iteration, but I'll get to that later. It actually wasn't until 11 years later that Doctor Doom was officially introduced into the cinematic world with the 2005 Fantastic Four. In it, he was played by Julian McMahon, the guy from Nip Tuck, and he was really good. I liked him. I mean, was it perfect? No, but it. I mean, considering the time and the fact that this was before the MCU, which is basically the MCU started with, for those of you who don't know, started with the first Iron Man in 2008. That's when comic book movies started to really, really step up their game. And this was before that. Not to say that like the old Spider-Man movies weren't good or anything, but I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed both the 2005 Fantastic Four and the sequel, the Silver Surfer. Both of them were good, and Doctor Doom was good in both of them. So, yeah, I wasn't really disappointed with that. But the latest one, the latest iteration of Doctor Doom that was created post MCU, which was created actually 2015, I believe, was was terrible. It was just horrible. Like I can't even explain how bad that film was. And if you haven't seen Fantastic, which is they took the second A and turned it into a 4 or well, whatever, just don't. It's seriously. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That movie is a monstrosity. Um, and especially because in a post MCU era where you can literally make a movie about talking raccoons and walking sequoias and have it sell millions of dollars, it's just completely unacceptable to treat a character like that. I mean, I wouldn't have had such a problem with it if they hadn't called him Doctor Doom. Like if they had called him Green Hood Guy or Melted Face or something. I mean, it's kind of like if they made a movie about Superman and took away both his alien lineage and the fact that he could fly and still called him Superman. I mean, that's something. Yeah, sure, totally, that's something. But it definitely isn't Superman. I mean, in all honesty, I would have preferred that they had gone the route that I had originally heard rumors about, where they were going to make a female Doctor Doom, which would have been interesting because, I mean, it's different, and Marvel is all about all new, all different. Even though this is Fox Marvel, which is a completely different thing. But yeah, Victoria Von Doom sounds interesting. Like maybe she has struggles being taken seriously by the people in Latveria because she's a woman and they don't take her seriously because of that, which is something that happens in the real world. Not to say that it's right, but it's a thing. Or her relationship with Reed Richards, because Victor and Reed, the leader of the Mr. Fantastic, have a very unique relationship, a nice rivalry. Doom hates him. Reed is all about science. They have a unique relationship, and I feel like it could be even more unique by if it was Victoria instead of Victor. Maybe she wants his intelligence and he wants her heart, like not her actual heart. People, I mean her, emotions stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just spitballing. It's an interesting concept. What's strange, actually, about the idea of yet another Doom is that this will be the third iteration of that character. Fourth, if you count the one from the 90s, but it was never released, so we're not going to count it. Yeah, the third. I mean, that's basically like Spider-Man. How there was Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and now there's Tom Holland. I think that's his name. Tom Holland, yeah. Yeah, three different versions of Spider-Man since the 2002 one was released. And what's even more weird is that, I mean, I love Doctor Doom, but he wasn't even really the main character of it like Spider-Man is. So it's a little strange that now it's like, oh, we're going to take this person who wasn't really the main character and now make him the main character of his own film, even though he was just in another film a few years ago. It's kind of like if they took the Green Goblin, who you saw in the 2002 Spider-Man, and then again in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014, and then decided to create another version of that same character and actually give him his own movie. It's just it's weird. It's a little weird. It's different, and I mean, but you know what? Fox is no stranger to doing weird stuff when it comes to Fantastic Four. So whatever. But you know, I'm not completely worried about this film. I mean, from what I've heard, the director Noah Hawley seems to be like an excellent candidate for the movie because he's actually worked on Marvel properties before with Fox, I believe. I think it's the show Legion. So I mean, that's cool. Someone who's familiar with comics. And I've heard good things about the show. I've never actually seen it myself, though. I suppose, if anything, I'm more focused on the screenplay and where they'll take it. I really hope that they pull from Books of Doom, which is an awesome comic if you haven't already read it. Especially since apparently there won't be a Fantastic Four in this movie, or if there is, they're only going to be briefly in it, which is, I don't know, that could be, you know, it could be really good. I mean, as long as Reed is there, I feel like it'll be okay, even if it's just like briefly. Even then, I don't know. I mean, it could be good, it could be bad. I don't really know. Only time will tell, really. So, yeah, all in all, I mean, I feel like I'm justified in my caution more than I am in my optimism, because I still can't get over the last version of Doctor Doom, and they just really screwed the pooch on that one. But who knows? Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Maybe they'll give me a Logan-esque version of Doctor Doom that's really gonna just do it for me. I don't know. I can only hope, really. But until that time, I take pleasure in watching this fan-made film about Doctor Doom called Von Doom, a Doctor Doom origin story. It's actually super legit. And I'm going to post the link to it in the video because it's definitely worth checking out in all honesty. But yeah, I'm going to have to think of a sign off that's cool, but for now, I'm just going to say goodbye from the Y because that sounds cool in my head. Anyway, if you have any comments, leave them about what you think about the. I don't even know if I've said this already, but if you have any comments about the the information I provided about the Doctor Doom film or your opinions and whatnot, feel free to leave it. Share this video if you think it was really cool. Check out my blog if you're not watching this video on my blog already. And yeah, goodbye from the Y.